And promoting yourself and branding yourself as an entrepreneur, we get so much in our head about our perception from other people. You don't want to look like that you're messing up. You don't want to look like that you're failing. Because for one, you see everybody else, it looks like they're winning. Social media is a highlight reel. You don't see what's happening in the dark. You don't see what's happening behind closed doors. You don't see the ups and downs, but you're thinking that other people are going to not believe what you have to say or not believe your story and not believe that you can do what you have or that your product delivers this or that your service delivers that because you don't feel like you got everything figured out.
Yo, what up? Right now I'm out ATVing in the rainforest with a group of high-level entrepreneurs. I'm a 7-figure entrepreneur. My mentor, Nehemiah Davis, 8-figure entrepreneur.
Listen to me, y'all. This man's gonna teach y'all just entrepreneurship, period. How to get in the game, stay in the game, and get that 6 and 7 figures, man. This man constantly investing in himself, putting himself in rooms. This is why he's on that next level. This is why he's been making this type of impact for so many years. But now that man coming out and helping y'all do it. So when Blake said, yo, I'm about to go crazy, I said, I'm looking at it. So listen, if y'all interested, getting your money right, getting your time back, and be able to scale and grow your businesses, AstenCeo. Blake, I'm telling y'all, don't look nowhere else.
Welcome to another episode of It's Credit at the Top. I'm your host, AstenCeo. I got the voice of God on the other side.
Hallelujah, hallelujah. Peace and blessings, beautiful people. Bow.
Man, R.I.P. Whitney Houston.
Queen.
Nippy is what they called her. Whitney Houston is one of my favorite women of all time. As a fan of Whitney Houston, and I used to have a crush on her when I was like a kid.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought she was pretty. I think she has the best voice of all time.
It's hard to argue that.
I just wish that Whitney got to live in today's era. And I think things would have went way better for her.
Like in what regard?
Because think all of us and this is what I want to talk about, y'all. Like, in promoting yourself and branding yourself as an entrepreneur, we get so much in our head about our perception from other people. You don't want to look like that you're messing up. You don't want to look like that you're failing. Because for one, you see everybody else, it looks like they're winning. Social media is a highlight reel.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see what's happening in the dark. You don't see what's happening behind closed doors. You don't see the ups and downs, but you're thinking that other people are going to not believe what you have to say or not believe your story or not believe that you can do what you have or that your product delivers this or that your service delivers that because you don't feel like you got everything figured out.
Mm-hmm.
So you won't post. You think you need to be the guru.
Mm-hmm.
Right? When all you got to be is on step 2 to help somebody that's on step 1.
That's real.
Or step 1 to help somebody that's on that hasn't even started.
Yeah.
You can be on step 4 and help somebody on step 2, right? All the people that you look up to, they look up to other people too. Like they're helping the people below them. Somebody higher than them is helping them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a never-ending cycle. But at the same time, to a certain group of the population, you're always going to be remembered only for your worst. That's why I say about Whitney.
Mm-hmm.
There's a certain group of people that's only going to remember her for her worst.
Mm-hmm.
And throughout history, we have all these publicly known figures that are always talked about for their worst moment.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Whitney's one of those. I'm not a part of the population that thinks like that.
Right.
But a lot of people, they'll joke about, her pitfalls in life,
Mm-hmm.
like still to this day.
Mm-hmm.
And with Bobby.
Mm-hmm.
It's tough it's tough being Bobby Brown. To be Bobby then, you got to be Bobby now.
Yep.
Right? So I say I wish that she had it would be dope to see if she could live in this era because this era is forgiving. And that's why I want to tell people to, like, don't be scared to show your worst because people forgive. Look at Black China.
Yeah, she did a whole 180.
You think she did a whole 180 in 3 posts? But to the world, that's what she looks like.
Right.
Like I don't know her. I don't know anything about her. I'm just saying, like, let's just say if it was anybody that you happen to know, does anybody change in a week?
Right. Not at
And
all.
then have a rollout for the change. Kim Kardashian, she's not looked at for what she used to be looked at.
Right.
There's a group of kids that know nothing of that, and as time goes on and on and on, that's gonna keep getting forgotten and forgotten and forgotten to where she's just gonna be icon, billionaire, lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
All that stuff's gonna be forgotten about. Why? Because we're in the age of social media where you can constantly show people the changes that you're doing.
Right.
Versus Whitney, she didn't have it. Michael Jackson didn't have it. And they didn't have platforms to explain themselves. So one of the things I think would be dope is like the dopest thing in the world I be thinking about is like, what if Michael Jackson had a Twitter?
Yeah. Yep. And then he could, because now he can
Not even Instagram, not even YouTube, what if he just had a Twitter?
And just could make his voice heard. His side of the stories, these allegations, all the truth can come from him directly. Defend himself.
So if Michael Jackson had a Twitter, maybe him hanging the baby over the balcony would make sense. Look super crazy for me. I don't know. Still don't understand to this day. But if he just had an opportunity to put 3 little sentences on why he did it, I might well be like, I still ain't rocking with it, but I get what you was thinking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Or maybe even, like a little empathy for, because
I'd be like, I get it.
I probably would be like, man, it's still a baby, Michael.
But still, but you might be like, I get it though. You feel me? Or like just anything. They like people now, they have the means to create their own narrative. LeBron James has the means to create a production company to make his own narrative and put out his own documentaries and movies and films where he says on these productions, I'm the greatest of all time. People didn't have that before. Yeah. Michael Jordan, who a lot of people consider the greatest basketball player of all time, right? Outside of him being exceptionally great at what he does or what he did on the basketball court, he also had the NBA turned him into what he is. Like that's a whole marketing machine behind that. Yeah, for sure. That happened. And then once Nike took off and stuff, it's like they made him who he is to the point it's bulletproof now. And the media has so much power. That's why we can't be scared to put ourselves out there on this device. Because the little bit of power that we do own, as far as how we're going to be perceived, it's here. It's called social media for a reason. But it's social media because there's one of my favorite shows on TV. I was literally just talking to my mama about this yesterday. Because I just called her and I was like, hey, if I moved out the country, how often would you come to see me? She was like, what spots, where are you thinking about moving? I was like, well, I'm not the most worldly traveled yet, but I could see myself like moving to Dubai, seriously. She was like, yeah, but then she just starts giving me things of what she's heard about the area. I'm like, you only heard these things. Right. And then we started to have a conversation about media. Because one of my favorite shows, and it's about to end. I think they only got 2 episodes left, but one of my favorite shows is Succession. Succession is just showing me that things that I already knew, it's just showing me that it's like, yeah, you 100% fact. All this media is just propaganda to push agendas. Because it's only a couple people that own literally every media source. Yeah. Like literally, it's like 2-3 people that own everything that you hear. And you're getting the narrative that they want you to that they want you to get. Like these people really running the world. And the episode that's going on right now, or the thing that's happening in the store. I don't know if I want to spoil. You ain't seen it.
Yeah, we gonna start it next week. Me and Viv.
But anyway, some things that's happening right now. The media is really pushing something that the whole entire country is going to believe is fact. It may not be a fact, but everybody's going to believe it because all the news stations are going to say it.
Right.
I'm like, that's and it's based. And she was like, well, that's a TV show. I was like, but the TV shows is based on a true story. It's about the Murdoch family. Like the Murdochs are real people
Yeah, for sure.
that own the biggest media company in the world.
And the majority of TV and film is based on real life in general.
But this is really based on real.
Yeah.
So, but I'm just like with that aspect. I start off talking about Whitney or like a Michael Jackson, or that's why I'm so thankful Mike Tyson got to make it to here. Because imagine if Mike Tyson didn't get to become who he is now. I enjoyed listening to Mike Tyson talk.
Yeah, for sure. Have you seen his one man show?
Nah, I've heard about it.
It's fire, bro. It's impressive.
Right, but just imagine if his story, if social media and all that stuff didn't come about, and YouTube and stuff didn't come about, all we would think of is the downfall of Mike Tyson. Buster Douglas, combat tattoo on his face. He biting people. This and that. Like, it's going to be like, dang, man, stuff
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
Sorry, man, Mike went out bad, bro.
Cause that's all they would even show. It'll be that, and then they'll be showing him, when he be having the press conferences, cussing out the reporters, and threatening them. Like, that's all we would know.
But now we get to hear him talk about how he was so out of his mind, how he got manipulated by every single person that ever came into his life, how he just wanted to be loved, how he thought he could buy love from people, how he had how Customado turned him into this warrior. He had this like Mike Tyson used to study like Alexander the Great and all these type of people. Like, but I'm like, but with us, we have the power to create our own perception of ourselves. Just like I use LeBron James as an example. He creates the narrative. 100 band, 100 band, 100 band, 100 bands. Look, most people, they have a 6-figure goal, but they're thinking too small. They're only thinking of 100 bands, not realizing that 6 figures goes all the way up to this. And I was able to do this in my business with just one digital product. But it's not about how much came in. It's about how much that I missed out on simply from information that I did not have. And I do not want the same thing to happen to you along your entrepreneurial journey. So I put together the most supportive program and community for entrepreneurs and aspiring entrepreneurs looking to make more online in their business, where you get instant access to all of my trainings, all of my resources, and my entire system. And system, SYSTEM, stands for saving yourself time, energy, and money, to where you do the work one time, implement it into the system, and the system works for you 24/7, 365, so you can make more in your business while working less. And right now you can join completely for free. So go ahead, click the link, tap into the community, tap into the program, tap into the resources, and I will see you on our coaching call this Wednesday. If I keep it on the sports side of things, Draymond Green gets to create his narrative. Just got to be Dennis Rodman, go do some crazy stuff, and then we just like, man, that boy Dennis, wow, boy, man.
Right.
And we have the power to do that on our phones. It's just we don't want to show people the downsides of things because we think that everybody's only going to remember when we ain't have it together. Versus I'm like, nah, you'll build a better connection with them if you show them everything.
Right. And people be ashamed,
and they can see
too.
it.
People be ashamed with showing them scars.
I know it's that shame factor. But it's just human nature, bro. We love a come up story.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
And then once you do come up, if you just study success, a lot of times when you get to that point where not you deem you're successful, where everybody else thinks you're successful and whatever what they define success is, those same people like to tear you down
Mm-hmm.
just so they can root for you again when you coming up.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's cyclical.
Yeah.
Think you love Jay-Z. I remember the time when you was like, oh, he's a demon.
Look, this is before streams, y'all, for everybody listening. So I deleted all Hove's music off my computer. I deleted.
He's a
everything.
demon.
Look at this video. He got the Baphomet. He got the
He
Baphomet.
worships Satan.
I ain't got no
But
rabbit hole on YouTube, boy. They was showing me everything. Illuminati.
I tell people there's a Jay-Z lyric that can reference anything in life. Ho said, build me up, break me down, and build me up again. They're like, Ho, we need you back so we can kill your ass again.
Really?
It happens. It happens. But y'all, if you can, and just say me, there's a population of people in the world that no matter what I do are only going to remember me as the kid running around my city, literally from the north side to the south side to the west end to east end, literally all over my city on the city bus with a bike on the front. No matter what I do,
Right.
that's all that they gonna see me is that kid that was just running all around the city. And I used to see, bro, you would know my bike. If you knew me and you was around my city during this time, you know my bike, that blue bike on the front of the bus. Like, you gonna call me later on, like, was that you out? Was that you out Taste Creek? I saw the bike on the bus. Yeah, I was out there early. Some people that can't get past it.
Right.
Some people that only know me as a dude that will just be out gambling all the time, shooting dice everywhere. All I used to do is just hoop and shoot dice. Some people that can't get past it. There's some people that only remember me from the time where I was making dumb decisions and got in that car accident and broke my neck and collapsed my lung. There's people that only, like, no matter what I do, it's like, yeah, you're gonna have those same people, but I got the power to show everybody everything else that I'm doing too, still. So I'm like, yeah, those people that only gonna remember you for that, it's such a small percentage of people. And we be letting that little percent, those few people dictate that as we think that's everybody.
Right.
Like, no, that ain't everybody. That's just
that little small population.
And it just seems like that's like that with anything. Like we'll sit there, we'll have all these great things going in our lives, and the one negative thing will be like thinking the world's about to end.
Yep. It trumps everything.
Or you'll get all this love on social media, and the one negative comment, you be like,
yep, it's gonna get your attention.
What the fuck? So, man, I just want to say that, y'all, man, put y'all stories out there. Like, no matter what level that you're at, put it out there. Build your personal brands, because the most important asset that you own right now, I know people sit there and say stocks, and real estate, and IRA, Roth IRA, and all. The most valuable asset that you own is your personal brand as an entrepreneur. Because you build your personal brand, you can sell anything from your personal brand.
Yep.
Kim Kardashian. The person that everybody talk super negatively about and trash to this day about her body is a billionaire because of stuff that she sells to shape your body.
Yep.
Like,
yeah. See, I got Kevin Hart on my board. He like the person.
Kevin Hart can sell underwear, liquor, comedy, movies. He does stuff with Chase, investments. Yep. Like, I just like to use the Kardashians as an example though, because I'm like, they literally did nothing but get popular. Billionaire. Kylie, billionaire.
Mm-hmm.
They trashed her for her surgical procedures on her face and her lips. And she became a billionaire for stuff for your face and your lips. Like, we have the power. We don't have to. That's why I said, and I hope anybody hearing this don't take this as disrespect to Whitney Houston, what I'm saying, but Whitney didn't have that opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
She passed away before, but still, like, she didn't have the chance to take the narrative and take the negative and turn it into a positive.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Jackson didn't have that opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that we've seen that from the era that did. That's why I use Mike Tyson as an example.
That's a good example.
Mike Tyson is able to do so many things now because he was able to speak.
Mm-hmm.
And we all have the power to speak and brand and build.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're doing this stuff, don't think of what those people that knew you are gonna think, because they're not the people that are learning to know you. Imagine Kim Kardashian stopped. Everybody thinks this of me. Then you start hearing, then the name just starts getting bigger. There's people that don't know nothing about that.
Exactly. Man.
That's why I'm looking forward to seeing how the Kanye stuff's gonna turn out. Because he's in the age now he can speak.
Mm-hmm.
He's just low right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, it's just I just know the circle of things. Like, I'm just waiting to see like what's he gonna say or do for the love to come back around. Because I know it's gonna come back
Yeah,
around.
for sure. For sure.
And we can do it ourselves.